Okay. So I was just saying that we had a record on Monday's class that it had been viewed 22 times. So obviously a lot of practice going on, which makes me happy, and certainly hope that all of you found it valuable to be able to go back there and do that. Um, and that we're only going to add on a little bit today. Um, uh, so that we can really continue to practice what we did Monday and then add on a little bit. And I'll explain about it in a minute because I don't want it to cause you to start thinking about it too hard ahead of time. Um, the other thing was I was asking if someone in the group that's on here right now were the ones that volunteered to help me make the form, maybe through Jot form or something. So if it were you, please let me know. And then the other was I was looking, let's see, Judith, I believe, and Laura are the two that haven't popped on with us yet today. And then did you get the 6 essential Tai Chi that I sent? There's Judy. Yeah, so that's handy to have and to help you kind of think about because those all those principles are so very important and they are what allows the Tai Chi to really work through your body because you're allowing yourself that space within the meridians for the energy to flow. So that is very, very important about your body structure. Again, that very upright posture and the Sun style that we're doing is more that than most any other that we do. So I'm gonna just spend a minute here. Are there any questions that anybody has
I
before we
have a
get
question.
and warm up? Uh-huh. Who is speaking?
Judith.
Judith. There you. Okay.
Okay, did anyone have a problem loading that the video from this past week? I was not able to get into it. Like I got into the first one, but the second one that was loaded, I couldn't get into it.
So did you go on Punch Pass and go to the library, or did you use
I went on
the?
the link. It came through a link on my email. I clicked
Okay.
on the link and it said error on the page.
Okay. So let me find something to write on. I want to be sure that, but nobody else had that problem? Yes, no? Yes, no?
Did they all go out, get on it?
No, I haven't tried it. But the week before I did, when I missed the class, and I had no problem. But I haven't tried this one.
Okay, well
Well,
the week
and
before
Judith,
I had no problem, but this
okay.
time I could not get on it.
Well, and I was just saying, I think probably before you got on here that Anne had told me that there had been 22 views of it because I was laughing about you guys must have really been practicing. So,
Hmm.
I will send Ann a text.
I sent her a text and she told me to go through Punch Pass, and the Punch Pass is on the link that she sent in my email. It says Punch Pass right on it. So I
Okay,
don't
but
know where she was sending me to.
did you
You know,
go
I
did you
had
go
trouble with it too. It wouldn't show up, and then finally it did. So I don't know what I did different, but I followed the instructions each time. And sorry, this content's not available to you. I kept getting that error on Punch Pass where the link took me.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you go to your Punch Pass and log in to Punch Pass and go to the content library and find it there and try it there?
That's where I finally did find it. I did always log in, but I did not go to content library. I just, when it said it wasn't available to me, I gave up each time. But
Okay.
and
My
finally I
point
got.
is, my point is there's two ways to get in. One was the link that came in the email. That sounds like the one you guys were having trouble with, some of you. The other way is to log into PunchPass, go to the top of the page where it says Content Library, go down to Tai Chi, pick the video for Monday, and click that video. Did you try that also?
That's the way I finally did get in. But the
Okay.
first few times I just clicked on the link she sent me and I thought, well, that's not fair, darn it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I finally did it the correct way you just described. So that email's a little misleading, I think, to those of us who I'm not real techie savvy.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like there was some kind of glitch because some of you were able to use it and some weren't. So, um, you need to be able to get to that video. I know you do. So, Jules, you finally got it, but Judith, you did not get it.
I got the first one just by using the link, the link that came in my email.
So, what do you mean the first one?
Well, this is the second video. There was one video that was up for a day for the first class, and then this video went up for the second class. And now we're having, the first time I logged into it through that email link,
Okay.
and it went right to it. The second time it won't go.
Well, Monday's class was actually the third video. So that is a little confusing. So anyway, I've written this down, Judith, and I'm going to uh, find out. There was some kind of thing that happened which caused her to be a day late getting it up. That the YouTube account had been hacked, and so she spent a day. She spent Tuesday, the day she would have put up Monday's video, straightening out that. So the video didn't really go up until Wednesday, was my understanding. So, Judith, I will make sure that you get the video. And I really, if you have the chance to try to go in through PunchPass, I would do that. If you know how to do that, if you don't know how to do that, then we can communicate later to get you to try it that way. But I'll have her just resend the link to you, Judith, so that we can try it that way too. Okay, so because you need that. All right, so let's get moving. Let's get up and do some warm up, and we've got things to accomplish today. We're going to go over everything that was in Mondays. We're going to do it multiple times. We're going to do it till you feel like it's easy peasy. And then we're going to do a little add-on, and I'm going to explain what's coming.
David.
All right. All right. So let me hang on. Get everybody muted. So there's not some echo. All right, get a sip of water. Make sure your space is clear and safe. Find your comfortable position with your feet. And let's begin with our salute of respect and community. And release. Let's begin with the neck. Just a gentle tucking back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Hands fold up, one on top. And just a little turn of the neck. And then change hands. Gently turn the neck to the other side. Breathe in and out. Looking for a little more rotation each time, but only going where it feels good. Go one more each side. Back to center and hands come down and just a gentle rolling forward of the shoulders. Nose scrunching the neck. And back we go. And hands float out. And gather. And press down. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Now let's lengthen that spine, pressing up one hand, lift out the top of the head, press down on the bottom, and then come down and change hands. Think about opening all the vertebrae. Breathe it in and out. And in and out. Now holding your ball, whichever hand is on top. Let that be the guide to doing just a little turn in the spine. You know what's good for you. We're just looking to loosen up. You know where the rotation works for you. We talked about that at the end of class the other day, Monday, about too much twisting isn't always good. Hopefully with each turn, you get a little more movement. And then just bring it back to center. Let the hands float down. This is when we're going to let the hands press back. Now, a little sink in the knees makes this balance easier. And tap that heel. And then you can stop in the middle or you can flow all the way through. Whoop, see? Beginning to loosen that hip. Back to center, changing feet. Press back and the heel comes out. My balance isn't very good this morning. And back in. Now we're going to press to the side, right at the armpit, and the toe is going to point out. We're going to sweep under, change sides, resistance with the hands. That's the Tai Chi way. Opening up that groin and the hip area. And back to center. Now the soft fist. And this is a matter of just touching the foot, the heel down and then the toe, and punch. No leaning forward. Not in the first move. Just getting the knees to flex and go in and out. I'm going to turn sideways because this one we do go forward. So as the heel goes forward and the toe goes down, that knee's going to go a little forward. If you need to stay with the straighter knee, that's okay too. You do what's good for your knee. The knee never passes the toe. There is a weight transfer there. Back to center. And then let's just get our heels and toes flexing for the ankle. It's so simple, but it's actually one of my favorites. It just feels good. And let's change feet. And change again, and let's go in and out. Now, again, conscious of your knee. So we're trying, well, we're not twisting the knee, but it is easy to involve the knee if you're not really paying attention. And then come back to center. And then just shake that off. Okay. We're going to go through the complete routine that we know at this point. I'm going to do it with my back to you so that you don't have to think about which direction we're going. Okay? You know it well enough that once we get through, if there's a part that you want me to review individually, we'll do that, but we're going to do the whole thing to start with. So in your space, you want to have space to be able to travel to the right. Remember that? So depending on your space, you might want to be a little over on the left. So feet are comfortable. First time I'm going to describe it. The hands float up in the front, palms facing. They dip down to get ready for the U. The weight transfers on the right. You're going to step out. Hands go forward. Hands come back. We open and close. Weight transfer goes to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. Step a little forward, turning into that corner. And then you're going to open the palms out, looking at the left hand. And then you're going to drop that hand, step in, hands begin to change, step out, hands change, step in, step out. That's number 2. Number 3, step in, hands go off towards the left a little, come back to the center, and this is where we're going to show a little add-on. So that's where we went on Monday. So what you're actually going to do is when you get to that left corner, the little add-on for today is when you come back to center, palms are going to face each other and you're going to do an open and close. And you already know that. That's a very typical way to end a sequence. So if we were just going to stop there, we would do the open and close, and then the hands were going to come down. But we're going to add on something today. So we're going to go back. We're going to go through the whole thing again. We're going to do it a couple of more times, and then we'll take some questions. Comfortable feet, where you feel balanced. Hands float up, facing each other. Come down in your U. Step out, heel, toe, press forward. Wider stance, hands come back. Here's that open and close like I was just describing. Over to the left, turning to that corner, pushing out, palms go out, follow the left hand. This hand comes down, you toe tap in, change hands, step out. We do the circle of hands. Now these are done in front of you. I had deliberately turned more last week for you to be able to see them. Turning to the left, back to center, palms face, come in towards the body, open and close. Okay, let's do that one more time. I'm not going to describe as much, so just follow along and then we'll talk questions. We'll break things down. I'll get you started with the hands float up. Okay. Questions? Something you want to see from the front or anything else? I do want to point out that circle of hands is really done within the space of the body and the front. I'm doing it more like this so that when my back is to you, you can see where my hands are when they're changing. So that is one thing that is a tweak.
I'd love to see it again from the front.
Okay. Now, those of you that don't want to see it from the front, close your eyes. Because I don't want you wondering which direction we're going. Okay. So we won't do this part when we go to the next part. We'll stop at this. Was that helpful, Goldie? Okay. All right. Anybody else want to see a particular part, something that we need to break down to just the simplest thing of, I step to this corner, or let's see, let's step to that corner, and then that foot comes up and we turn out, just anything. Is there something that you want to see broken down? Hannah, you need something, dear?
Yes, I'm a counter, I guess.
Okay.
So I need to know how many times we do each of the hand
Okay,
moves.
I'm not sure I do the U correctly.
Wait, just a second. Hannah's asking a question right now.
I feel like it's 4.
The circle of hands?
That too.
No, okay. So what was the first question?
Well, just the hands in general, or even the feet. How many times do we move in a particular move? Just
Okay, so let me think this through. So when we do our warm-ups, everything's done in threes. When we are doing all of these initial moves, they're just done once until we come to the circle of hands and the walking.
Yeah.
And that is done 3 times.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yes. And then it comes back to the center, open and close.
Okay.
So that's the only one that has a repeat in it where we are so far.
Okay.
Does that answer it?
Yeah, I just counted 4, but now I know it's supposed to be 3.
Okay, so let's do that. So I have, let's see. So I shift to the left, step to the corner, open, looking at the left hand. So maybe you're counting this. So this is not a step. That's just a touch. Hands change. Here's our first step out. 1, 2. Three. Now the hand comes up and it turns to the left, but the feet don't move. And then the hands come back to center, open and close. So it's 3 steps. But the hands start moving at that step in, and then the hands move to the left. So you may be counting hands more than the 3 steps.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good question. Very, very good question. Who else had, you see your hands when you're doing the wave back and forth. Did I just show what you were asking, Elva? Or do you need to see some more? Okay. Again, I'm going to rotate more so that you can see that this hand is here and this hand is here, but that's not really the move. That move, rather than being like this, is really right here. But when I've got my back to you, I'm kind of doing this so you can see the position of those hands, okay? All right. So we've stepped out, we've looked at the left hand. The right one comes down as we do the touch. They change positions as we step out. This top one slides across like the foot, the same direction as the foot. Change hands and step in. That's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. And that is a step in, but then the hands are just going to come down and they're going to float across back to that other corner, and then they're going to come to the center, palms face, open and close. So it's just the cycle. So this is the same facing you as it is with my back to you. Nothing's changing about my hands. The only things that would be different is the direction that my feet are taking. So then when I get to, that's the 3rd step, I come back, I go all the way to the other corner, comes back to the center. They face each other, come into the body and open and close. Okay. Any other questions? Seems like you guys are getting the feet, right? You're doing good with the feet? And again, it's what I told you on Monday. It's kind of like the patting your head and rubbing your tummy thing when you're getting your hands and your feet all going at the same time. It's a little complicated. See, was there another question? Anybody? Now, one thing to remember, those of you, I'm going to point this out because it was a real problem for me. And I hope I don't confuse it worse. Those of you that have been with me the 2.5 years or so in that Tuesday class, when we do wave hands like clouds, yang style, our palms, the back of our hands are out. This, the palm is out, the palm is down. So you need to be conscious of the direction of your hands. Okay, that was actually in all the training I did to teach this class, that was the hardest thing for me. And you wouldn't think it would be, but my brain and my body were so trained to do it the other way that it took me quite a while to get myself to do it. But part of it is, okay, so I go over here and then this palm is down. It's almost like a scooping, and I don't know. So it's a different feeling even. And once you get that feeling going, it's not as difficult to remember. So be aware that palm is out, palm is down. And that's everybody needs to know that, but I wanted to point that out to some people that have learned it the other way. So here I'm going to go ahead, we're going to add on so we can prepare for the second set of walking hands like clouds. So we are where we had our hands open and close. We're going to shift to the right, turning to the corner, stepping to the left. Palms go out, and we're going to follow the right hand. So we are preparing ourselves to move the walking hands in the opposite direction. So the movement we've been doing is we shift to the left, go to the corner, open, and follow the left hand. This time we're going to shift to the right, go to the corner, palms go out, we follow the right hand. So we're going to start that from the last cloud step. So we've done the last step, and then we bring the hands back to that left corner, coming back to center, palms face each other. We open and close. We're going to shift to the right, go to the left corner, palms go out, open, open, following the right hand. Let's do that again. So the hands go all the way to the left, come back to center, palms face each other, open and close, shift to the right, step to the left corner, palms go out, follow the right hand. One more time. The hands have gone to the left side, come back to center, palms face each other, come into the body, open and close, shift to the right, step to the left, open, follow the right hand. So we're going to start from getting ready for the cloud hands. So we'll do it from, let's just do the whole thing. Let's just do the whole thing. I think that's better for you. Okay, hands drift up. Come down, stepping out, Opening that stance. Hands come back. Open and close. Shift to the left. Just that tiny step over to this corner. Palms go out. Follow the left hand. Tap in. Change hands and step out. 1, 2, 3. Going over to the left side. Come back to center. Palms face. Open and close. Shift to the right. Go to the left corner. Palms out. Follow the right hand. And that sets you up to travel back in the other direction. Questions? No? Y'all got that? All right. Look at you. Yep. Let's go through the whole thing one more time. And then we'll see if there are any other questions. If they're not, then we'll cool down and then we can just talk for a few minutes. But I didn't want to add on any more than that. So we do not come back together till next Thursday. And next Thursday, we'll learn to walk in the other direction. So let's go over the whole thing. Hands float up. Make your U. One, two, three. To the left. Center, palms face. Open and close. Weight on the right. Left corner. Follow the right hand. Then you step in, palms face, and you close. Any question? Is that what you're looking for, Kathleen?
I'm having trouble with that because I'm used to the other way. So,
I know. It's a challenge, and this is your first time to actually be doing it, going through with us. And it is, other than thinking about scooping and then maybe waving, hi, hi. If you can just get your mind to say hi, you're more likely to turn that palm out. But then that other palm is here. And so it's like, hi. So I would say the best practice for that is just to stand around. I mean, you don't have to do it real slow like we do for the class, but just to get yourself into the circle of hands. And then it becomes more natural. Yeah. It's a real challenge. You're one of the ones that have been with me over 2.5 years too. So I see my hands up because I'm up by the computer, but there we go. Anybody else have a question? Then let's get a little cool down going. So let's stand together and then just do a little thigh tapping. We've done a lot of that side walking, which is so good for you. And just taking a moment to loosen things up. Up to you. And then coming in and just tensing the hands up and the arms, and then releasing that off. With all those cloud hands, we had pretty stiff hands in all those movements. So we want to release all that tension and squeeze it in and let it go. And then gather up that energy, pull it in, and sink the chi. Breathe it in. And out. One more. And our final salute. And conclude Tai Chi. All right. Feel free to come back in, have a seat. I've got to turn this light down that's in my face. It's kind of a gray day here, so, but I can't be this close to it without it really bugging me. All right. So I think I've got everybody. Let's see, I don't think Laura popped in. Okay. Well, any questions? Again, the reminder is that no Monday. We'll just be here on Thursdays till the end of June now. I will talk to Anne for Judith about the recording of Monday's class and see if we can't get that to her in some form or fashion. Oh, Jules, thanks. I think it's interesting. It's so different than our Tuesday class. I mean, it's like worlds different. Besides being a different style of Tai Chi, it is something that you memorize, which, our Tuesdays are just flow. Yes, it is very good for the brain to memorize. And then there's so many things that you guys don't realize that are happening. A lot of times I do point things out, sometimes I don't, but this circle of hands, all of that is cross body, which is neuroplasticity. That's getting the left brain to work with the right brain. And all of that makes us brighter and working on our memory as well as our ability to respond. It's just really, really good for you. Plus, being on your feet. And for some of you that weren't here on Monday, we talked about you can always take a break in this class. Most of us aren't used to being, on our feet for about a 40-minute standing class. And so if you need to sit down for a moment or just stand and observe, there's nothing wrong with that because you are absorbing whatever's going on. So it's good. Anybody else?
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
You're saying that it feels different in the body, and we have to memorize that. But does it serve the body different benefits than the other Tai Chi?
No, because going back to those 6 principles,
Oh, I didn't read that.
well, I mean, I'm just bringing this up as the example of it doesn't matter what kind of Tai Chi you're doing, you're getting all of those benefits. So you may get additional different benefits from the different things, such as when we do the flow, you get a lot more stress release because you're not memorizing and you're just going along with me. And it doesn't matter if you go left and I go right, back to that principle. So there's a lot more stress release in a flow class. In a traditional class, you're getting all of the benefits of Tai Chi, but you're getting more brain work from the point of view that you are having to memorize things. You're getting the brain work in the flow class because we do the brush knee. We do the cross body work. So the neuroplasticity work is still in that class the same as it's in this class. It's just that I don't point those things out all the time. So there's different additionals from the different classes. So you really benefit from doing the 2 and 3 types of classes. I wouldn't necessarily suggest that you start doing chin style because that's fighting Tai Chi. And I don't think any of us are in a position in life that we need the kicks and the punches and all of those things. We need to learn that stability on our feet. We need the strength in our legs and our hips. We need the balance. We need the neuroplasticity. We need the movement in our arms to create the strength in our arms. The very first class that I took of Tai Chi Fit, which is the form that we use in flow, there was a young woman. I mean, I would say she was maybe mid-20s in our class. It was an all day class. So it was actually 2 days. And the first day you came and you did all day, and then you decided if you wanted to be a teacher. If you did, then you stayed for the second day and then went from there. So that first day, this young woman, when we do the, oh gosh, I'm blank, create your hook and toss. So we had been into that for several segments. And she just held up her hand and she asked our Tai Chi master, she said, do we just have to keep holding our arms up? My arms are so tired. I didn't know this was going to be so hard. And he looked at her and he said, this is called Tai Chi Fit. We want you to get fit. We want you to gain muscle. The fact that it's a challenge for your muscles tells you how much you need it. So there's so much going on that you don't necessarily realize is going on. So that was a great, great question, Hannah. But if a 25-year-old can say, my arms are tired, the rest of us are entitled to say, my arms are tired too. And that's why I suggest you take a break at times if you need to. But literally, a bunch of us that always did NIA classes together and stuff, kind of looked at each other, was like, she's tired. So anything else, my friends? Gonna be weird not seeing you Monday. I'll probably walk around in here and go, and I know there's something I'm supposed to be doing. So you're welcome, everybody. All right. Well, take your 3 minutes I'm giving you back of your life and have a great week. Anybody else, let me know if you have a problem getting your videos, because I'm going to be sure and see that Judith gets that video. And then we're all good.
Have a good weekend.
Oh, you too, everybody. See you
Elva,
later.
don't you come Tuesday also?
Who? What?
I'm asking Elva because she said,
Oh,
see you Thursday, but she comes
yeah.
to the Tuesday.
You'll be there Tuesday, Elva. She's thinking about this class, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. All capital letters. Yes. She'll be there Tuesday. All right. Bye-bye.